WWE have announced a new international PLE. Last night's NXT live feed was hacked in an apparent debutante tease. And main roster stars are set for the Vengeance Day PLE in February. Find out who in this video. SummerSlam 2025 takes place on August the 2nd and August the 3rd this year. It's a two-night affair, but it's not the only pay-per-view that will be taking place this August, will it, Jack?
No, that's because according to WrestleVotes, WWE are heading back to Francais for a little bit of a clash. They say that sources tell us that WWE is set to announce a PLE called Clash in Paris.
It's inspirational.
Scheduled for Sunday, August 31st at the...
Go on then.
Paris La Défense... How do you pronounce defense in France?
It's the A.
Paris La Défense.
I've got Elon Musk visions in my head there.
Oh, no, you weren't doing that. Paris La Défense Arena in Paris, France. An announcement is set to be imminent and could come any day now.
And just in case you're wondering, I did some digging here on Wikipedia, the best place for all information. The Paris La Défense Arena in Paris, France, is set up for 40,000 fans for a concert, 10,000 less when you need to use the pitch in the middle, but that's where the ring will be. So we could expect somewhere between 30 and 40,000 fans in the arena. And when you consider last year in France, there was only 11,682 in Backlash. Those superstars are set for some noise when they emerge from that entrance tunnel.
Yes, when you were just describing it there, I thought it was a stadium, but it says here it's the largest indoor arena in Europe.
It has a roof.
I can't imagine that many seats inside.
Yeah, imagine playing rugby with a roof. You go for the drop goals and whatnot, you hit the roof, it goes back down. It's incroyable. The company have sort of leaked this is actually happening before the story has actually been released, because there's a link on their website that lists Clash in Paris event announcement upcoming, but you click on it and you get to a blank thing instead of like what you would get if it wasn't a real thing. So it is going to come in the not too distant future. It should be very good, shouldn't it, based off last year's Backlash?
It should be. I'm just a bit sad that, it's a very selfish point of view, I'm just a bit sad that they've taken our Clash from us in Britain. But does that mean that we're not going to get one this year?
Yeah, well, I would assume so, yeah. How many international pay-per-views did they do last year? France, Germany? We might get one.
A handful. Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
I think it'll be, like you say, though, the atmosphere for the last one, with AJ Styles and all that. AJ's going to be back by then, hopefully.
Potentially,
Surely.
yes. More on that in video too. Dun, dun, dun. Last night's NXT was massive. Following the main event, where Bianca Belair and Naomi narrowly defeated the Meta 2 of Jakara Jackson and Lash legend Jakara Jackson, nearly got a shoot roll-up win. It was an incredible near fall. They almost got the job done. But while all four ladies were showing respect in the ring following that match, the live feed cut, Jack, and what happened?
Just as they were all, as Ross says, showing respect to each other in the ring, it cut to a transmission card, which would signify that someone, we don't know who, well, we're going to talk about some theories, I suppose, has hacked the live feed for the show. That the transmission text on the screen was then replaced with Vengeance Day text, which just happens to be the name of the next NXT PLE on February 15th.
Now, fans are naturally speculating as to who this could be, who's hacked the feed and put Vengeance Day on the screen, signifying their debut or reappearance could happen there. Obviously, a name from NXT's past, Solomon Crow, TNA's Sami Callihan. Obviously, there's a working relationship, the newly minted working relationship between NXT and TNA. That could be a rumor that's out there, because that's sort of his gimmick, isn't it? That's sort of his shtick. Mustafa Ali has been linked to sort of gimmicks of that in the past with the whole retribution shtick and him being the big dirty hacker during the lockdown period. Von Wagner, I've put down there on the notes because I like to dream.
But why? Why would he be a hacker? It doesn't fit
He can be anything he wants to be. He's that good. We all know this.
Imagine him turning up like in shady, like all black with a ski mask, just typing away on a little.
Yes,
well, not on a little keyboard, on a normal sized one, but he's so big.
Then he finds out all the dirt on Robert Stone, who just cast him aside. Like it didn't even matter. My goodness me.
I've got a theory.
Go on then.
Well, because this happened at the end of a women's tag team match, I was thinking, is there a women's tag team that could come along? They're not really hackers, but also Chelsea Green and Piper Niven were talking about expanding their security detail. And I think the Iconics would fit really well with Chelsea Green.
The Icon? Oh yeah, they're in TNA as well, aren't they?
They have been affiliated in the past. Are they still there?
I don't know. Yeah, I can picture them walking down with the TNA Knockouts tag team titles. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make that much sense because they're not hackers, but that could just be a stylistic choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could it be just Jordan Grace? I guess you have to throw in there as well with her contract
just
situation.
Sending a message to the women's division.
Yeah, being in the news.
I think, was it you or was it Tom? Someone was saying that they'd rather see Jordan Grace just go straight to the main roster.
Both of us, yes.
I think I agree.
Yeah. Too many cooks in the women's division on NXT, and it's a bit more sparse on the main roster. More news coming out of last night's NXT. We have main roster superstars appearing at Vengeance Day on February the 15th. Last night, we saw a Grayson Waller effect with Obafemi, where essentially Obafemi called out either Grayson Waller or Austin Theory for an NXT title match because Oba wants to take on all comers and flatten them while doing so. This brought out Trick Willie, who was like, well, I want my rematch for the title. Of course, Trick dropped the title to Obafemi at New Year's Evil back on January the 7th, but then later backstage, the brilliant, fantastic Ava made it a triple threat match of Vengeance Day where Oba will defend the NXT title against both Theory and Waller.
Hang on. What about Trick?
What about Trick?
Oh.
What about Trick?
Oba might not even carry the title into the road to WrestleMania. He will. He'll absolutely beat these two lads.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll stack them and pin them probably.
Do you reckon Trick will get it back on Vengeance Day for a big sort of babyface victory?
Or could it be his send-off to the main roster? Excuse me. If I had to guess, I'd suggest that Oba would retain.
Yeah.
What do
I
you
wouldn't
think?
mind seeing Trick go to the main roster to tag team with Mello. Get that back on the go.
Oh, can you ever
it's
trust
sad.
him again?
I know it's good watching Mello do the wrestling, but it's sad seeing Mello not be as winning as he was in NXT because he is that good.
It was weird because in NXT, Mello was so confident and so good on the mic and seemed like the well, he called himself the A champ when he wasn't even at the time, and then he did become the A champ. And then they've taken all. Well, I don't know if he's lost it, but they've taken all that away from him on the main roster, and now he's just
Delusional.
He's doing a Ricochet thing.
Yeah.
I'm a high flyer. I can do all these brilliant moves, but also I'm a bit of a dork.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ricochet's really hamming it up, whereas Mello's just kind of going, "I'll beat you."
So maybe, well, I guess Trick could go then, remind Mello of who he truly is, but that would
Yes.
maybe signify Trick and Mello being a pair of heels on the main roster.
They used to hang out at the barber shop. Maybe all Mello needs is a fresh trim.
Yeah.
And he'll get all his confidence
I
back.
mean, he's always looking fresh. He's
To
always
be
looking
fair.
tight on
He
that
is.
fade, baby. It's not the only triple threat match booked for Vengeance Day because Julia will defend her NXT Women's title against both Bayley and Roxanne Perez, as it looks like we've set up an angle to break up Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade.
Yeah.
Roxanne was very quick to point out to Ava while she was making the NXT Women's title match for Vengeance Day that Cora Jade took the pinfall in the tag team match that happened on last night's NXT between Roxanne and Cora and Bayley and Julia. And then Ava's like, whoa, you wait there, pal. I'm going to announce my match before you stop talking. And then she announces the triple threat. And then Roxanne's like, yes, that's good. And then Cora turns to Roxanne and says, no, we're not good, and storms off.
This reminds me of the traders. You know when a trader recruits another trader on the traders and everyone goes, that's great gameplay. But then it turns out not to be, because when that trader gets banished by the OG, the big boss trader, they'll often drop a little hint or a clue that I'm not happy with this, and they try to signify to the other contestants that
Freddie
person's
nominating Charlotte.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. That person's a traitor. And I think that's what Roxanne's done here. She's recruited her old rival, Cora Jade, to be a traitor with her. But now she's annoyed her way too early, and it could be her undoing in this match.
It could be, yes. But also Cora's got stuff with Masha Slamovich and TNA. Maybe that could branch off into its own thing. But it certainly looks like they're going to be going their separate ways in the not too distant future.
Also, is this too early for Bayley to be in? We all were speculating that Bayley would end up in the NXT Women's title match at Stand and Deliver over Mania weekend.
Yeah.
But is this too early now for her to be in the title mix?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe she gets screwed somehow and that sets up a singles match.
I'm wondering now if Sally McCall. I'm sitting here thinking, no, it's Charlie Nicholas who sits here thinking, isn't it?
Yeah, I think what's
I'm sitting here thinking that maybe the Stand and Deliver match could be Vakia versus Julia.
Oh,
Nothing
could
to
it
do
be?
with Bayley.
Yeah, yeah.
Although Bayley and Roxanne does not need to be for the title, does it? Roxanne doesn't need to win the belt back. They could be both. They could both be on the show.
Just the face of the women's NXT history books or whatever. I don't know. Elsewhere at Vengeance Day, Fallon Henley will defend her North American title against Stephanie Vaquer after the cowgirl turned sassy lady defeated Shotzi on last night's show.
Finally, justice has been done. We're getting on track. It should always have been Stephanie's title shot. As brilliant as she is, Ava did make an error in giving that title match to Shotzi first.
Yep.
But now things are. It's good that we've corrected course.
Yeah, you don't win a number one contenders match and then go second in the queue. That's not wrestling. Jesus.
That's not wrestling.
Yeah.
I was about to go. I was absolutely fuming. It's been keeping me
I
up
was
at night.
fuming as well, yeah. Anyway, right. Content this week. It's Royal Rumble week, everybody. It's Wednesday, which means the pitches for the Royal Rumble event of 2025 are going live later today. Also later today, WTF moments for Saturday night's main event will be going live on the Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. Moving forwards, we've got predictions. We've got the podcast on Friday. We've got live reactions with Adam and Andrew on Saturday while the show's going on, right on this very YouTube channel. And then Jack will be there with What Happened At on Sunday. And then Monday or Tuesday will be WTF for the Royal Rumble once again on the Patreon. I think that's all the boxes ticked.
I'm also bringing back, I'm doing a Patreon exclusive Wrestlers of the Month, which begins this month, where I'll be talking about all the best wrestlers of January 2025.
It's like it's 2016 all over again.
It is, and we're also both streaming.
Yes, today.
Yes,
I'll be there 3:30 in the afternoon on the Hold and Give YouTube channel for some more Sunderland career mode, and then Jack and Owen will be on the Twitch at 6 p.m. with their FM streaming thingy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for video 2 later on today.